Hello, I'd like to share some information with you today in regards to the second portion of effective communication. This information is coming from helpguide.org and is written by Lawrence Robinson, Gene Siegel, and Melinda Smith. So in part two, improve on how you read nonverbal communications. One is to kind of be aware of individual differences. People from different cultures, backgrounds tend to use nonverbal communication gestures differently. So it's important to take in a person's age, culture, religion, gender, and emotional state in account when reading body language signals. So, two, look at nonverbal communication signs as a group. Do not read too much into a single gesture or nonverbal cue. Consider all the nonverbal signals you're receiving, from eye contact to tone, from voice to body language. Anyone can slip up occasionally and let eye contact go. So, for example, if someone briefly crosses their arm without meaning to, consider that signal as a whole to get a better read on an individual. Improving how you deliver nonverbal communication. So, use of nonverbal signals that match your words rather than to contradict them. If you say one thing and your body language says something else, the listener will possibly feel confused or kind of suspect that there's some dishonesty. Two, just adjusting your nonverbal signals according to the context. Your tone of voice, for example, should be different when you're addressing a child than when you're addressing a group of adults. Three, avoiding negative body language. Instead of the use of body language to convey positive feelings when you're not actually experiencing them. If you're nervous about a situation, it's important. For example, if you're on a job interview, an important presentation, to use positive body language to signal confidence, even if you're not necessarily feeling it in the moment. Trying to stand tall with your shoulders back, smiling, maintaining eye contact, and delivering a firm handshake are some examples of that. There's also skill 3, larger umbrella, keeping stress in check. So, how many times have you felt stressed during a disagreement with friends, family, employer, and then said something that you possibly regret later? You can quickly relieve the stress and return to a calm state so that you can avoid those regretful moments or questionable moments. If you maintain kind of calm, that can be of assistance. When or if you get calm, when you have relaxed or in a relaxed state, you'll be able to know whether the situation requires a response or whether the person's signals indicate it would be better to remain kind of at a distance for that moment in time. So, excuse me. Some quick stress relief for effective communication. So if you're in the need of something quick and immediate to bring down your emotional intensity, learning to quickly reduce your stress in the moment, you can safely take stock of any strong emotions that you're experiencing by regulating your feelings and kind of so on and so forth. Recognizing that you are becoming stressed is key. So your body will let you know if you're stressed as you communicate. Are your muscles tightening? Is your stomach tightening? Are your hands clenched? Is your breathing shallow? Are you forgetting how to take breaths or deep breaths? Taking a moment to calm down before deciding to continue a conversation, possibly postpone it. Also, bringing your senses to rescue. What we mean by that is when you're trying to rapidly relieve stress through senses, whether that's sight, sound, smell, taste, or movement. For example, you could pop a peppermint in your mouth, squeeze a stress ball, take a few deep breaths. For example, look for humor in the situation when it is appropriate. Um, you or the people that you're around start taking things too seriously, find a way to lighten the mood. Again, if it is appropriate, by sharing a joke or an amusing story. Be willing to compromise. If you realize that the other person cares much more about an issue, a situation, or concern than you do, compromise may be beneficial for you and a good investment for the future of whatever that relationship is, whether that is a friendship, working relationship, an intimate partner, any of those things. You can also agree to disagree if necessary, um, and taking time away from the situation so each party can kind of calm down or self regulate. Taking or spending a few minutes with deep breathing exercises, meditating, physical movement, or finding a quiet place to regain your balance can quickly reduce stress. So, also, asserting yourself, skill four. Um, Using direct language to clearly communicate your thoughts and your feelings can boost your self esteem and decision making skills. Um, so, it doesn't mean being hostile, aggressive, or demanding. Effective communication is always about understanding the other person, not about winning an argument or forcing your opinions on another person. So, developing assertive communication techniques, being empathetic, assertion, conveying sensitivity to the other person, um, first recognizing that the person's situation and/or feelings, then stating your needs and opinions. What that would look like, for example, is I know you've been very busy at work, and I would like to make time for us to meet as well. There's also practicing, there are many of the developing asserting communication techniques. But the two that I want to focus on was the empathetic assertion and practice assertiveness. In lower risk situations, to help build your confidence, or asking family or friends if you can practice assertiveness techniques with them. So I hope this information was of assistance, and I hope that you enjoy the remainder of your day.